Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Onyx Coale's YouTube channel. My name is Sierra, I am her daughter, and today's video we've got for you is mostly going to be Bob Campbell speaking about what we call his script. It's basically what kind of conversational flow he would follow when he's introducing somebody to the X39 patches into LifeWave, whether that's somebody that he knows and is a friend, or whether that's somebody new, how he helps people within his team do that. So go ahead, enjoy this video, like and subscribe. Keep in mind that our first 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away 9 free sleeves to 9 lucky people. So make sure you subscribe if you want to be included in that, and enjoy the video from my mom and from Bob and from other leaders within the team.
Success leaves clues, and the leaders are doing in the quantum field. You'll notice that we honor everyone, and there is no right way or wrong way. I've said from the beginning, there's 10 pairs of size 9 sneakers. I don't want you to pick my pair. I don't want you to become the next me. I want you to be the best you. And being the best you, as far as I know, is about putting on the pair of sneakers that fits you best. And it might be that the left foot is from Bob and the right foot is from Onyx, or it might be, they're exactly the same and they're Peter's sneakers, or it might be that it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And so as this group and organization continues to grow, remember, you're going to hear more and more perspectives. And I love the variety of perspectives of building, because there is no right way or wrong way. There is the way that works for you. And so Marcy, Peter, and I have tried in everything that we've created to honor all the different ways. If you want to build by text message, you can use this. If you want to build by, an app, you can use this. If you want to build using a website, you can use this. If you want to build, face-to-face, you can use this. If you want to do gifting, you can do this. And so in that inclusion, it allows everybody to do what works for them. Now, I've said all along, if you're doing something that's working, please don't change. Keep doing what you're doing. If what you're doing either isn't working, then I want you to consider a slight shift, a slight shift, a slight shift, until you get what you're looking for and you're starting to gain success. Now, remember, it's a dance. The whole thing is a dance.
Bob is here with us today because he has an incredible script. And I did put it into a PDF format. I don't know if Sandy is going to be able to put it into the chat for us or not. I did send it to her. She's going to give it a shot. And if it doesn't get into this chat, it will definitely get into Telegram, and it will get onto the Facebook group, and you guys can disseminate it out through your own team. So Bob, bring it on.
Well, thanks for having me on here, and I hope everyone will put up with me at what I have to say. The key to this is you just want to pique someone's interest to get them to want to know what it is. Okay, so what the script is made to do is to pique someone's interest. So generally speaking, and once you get it, Amy and I have said exactly what to say, why to say it, okay, from the very beginning. And what we usually start out with it, if I call someone, guys, I've got over 1,000 people in my phone, but I probably only talked to 30 of them so far. And we've been here for 14 months. So I've got all those to call and talk to. And everyone needs to hear from me about this. Every one of them. They deserve the opportunity to investigate what we have. What they do is up to them. So here's how we do it. We say, and I'm going to start with the beginning. It's probably true that your friends and family know that you are not an expert in stem cell activation, correct? So why would you try to explain to them about stem cell activation? Marcy and Peter have put together, and Onyx, I don't know whoever was involved in putting together startx39.com. If you're not sharing that with people, shame on you. StartX39. Amy and I have never come into a company where everything was done for us. All we had to do was plug in. So you're very fortunate to be here. So because your friends and family know you're not an expert in stem cells or stem cell activation, we say this: I finally found something that helped my son with his back pain from 4 herniated discs for the last 12 years. And he's finally nearly pain-free. He's not been able to work for 12 years, and he's finally working again after 12 years. Guys, when he got hurt, he had no insurance. He got hurt off the job, so he had no income, lost his job. He's had to live with me for 12 years. His pain level is 8 to a 10. When his son, my grandson, was born, the baby weighed 5 pounds, 11 ounces. He could not lift his own baby. We couldn't even put the baby on his chest. That's how severe the pain was. It was heartbreaking. So I will say this, we got a medical device out of Germany that took his pain level from an 8 to a 10 down to between a 4 and a 6 on a good day. But the patch is taking him to a 0 to a 2. And now he's working again. And he feels so much better about himself. He's a completely different person. That's because of this wonderful patch. Okay, so I tell that story not as elaborate. I just say that he got help from his 4 herniated disc where he could barely walk for 12 years and couldn't work. He also got help in the very first week with his sleep issues. Personally, I got help with my energy. I'd lost all my energy, and I was taking 2.5-hour naps every day just to get through the rest of the day. And now I don't have to take a nap at all. I can push through it now at 71, soon to be 72. Okay. And also it cleared my brain fog. So now I've hit on 4 things: pain, energy, brain fog, and sleep issues. Those are the 4 primary things. So people, listen, here's why they do. Guys, when you say finally found, let me show you the importance of saying finally found. Has anyone here ever misplaced their car keys or their cell phone? Anyone? Put your hand up if you have. Almost everyone has misplaced their car keys or their cell phone. What's the emotion that runs through you when you can't find them? When you can't find those, it's not a positive, is it? It's usually anxiety. Sometimes longer it takes grows to anger. That emotion never leaves you. But what is the emotion when you finally find them? It's elation. It's relief. It's elation. It's excitement, right? That emotion never leaves you either. So when we say to somebody, I finally found something, it triggers a very positive response in their subconscious because they remember finally finding those keys. This may be a little deep, but guys, I love this business because of the psychology of it. So then we tell our story, and most people will say, what did you find? And then we use Peter's line, which is, what do you know about stem cells? So you answer their question with a question, and that gives you a feel for what they know. And it doesn't really matter what they respond with, because your next statement is this. They may say, not much, I've heard of them, I know they're really expensive. Doesn't matter what they say. You say, have you heard about the latest in stem cell activation technology? Now, the reason you ask that is they're all going to say no. And when they say no, you're going to say, I'll send you some information. If you like what you see, I'll show you how to get it wholesale. Now, the reason you say, have you heard about the latest in stem cell activation technology, is because of the 2 words, latest technology. In fact, I was on the radio this morning. I heard them talking about the latest technology that has enabled the spacecraft to go up that Bezos is going on. I think it's Bezos today, right? The latest technology has helped doctors do this. The latest technology has helped us to save more money in this area. So latest technology is in their subconscious as a very positive. So that's why you say, have you heard about the latest in stem cell activation technology? They will all say no. You'll say, I'll send you some information. If you like what you see, I'll show you how to get it wholesale, which implies if they don't get back to you, they're not getting it wholesale. What do people like, retail or wholesale? That's the script. That's all there is, guys. Nothing more. So the key, after the 15 years of me failing in networking, I've learned the key. The key was not to give out any information. 0. Don't try to convince. Don't try to cajole. Don't try to tell everybody what it is. Now, this is Bob and Amy talking, right? So it may not work for everybody else, may not be your cup of tea, as Onyx said. I'm telling you what we do and what we share with our team. Okay. So when you do that, you just send them startx39.com. We didn't have to put that together. It's a wonderful thing. If people start, and we also send them the Rupa Shari video. If you haven't seen that, you may want to look up Dr. Rupa Shari on YouTube, ROOPACHARI. She does about a 19-minute and change presentation that we like. So after you are done, you send them the information. You ask them, if they start asking you questions, by the way, you're going to be hard pressed not to answer them. But if you don't answer them, you are doing them a great service by not trying to explain everything. We want to answer the question because we've been taught by growing up that if somebody asks you a question, it's rude not to answer that question. Is that correct? So, but here, what you just say to get out of that is say, when they ask you a question, well, what about this in the stem cell? Does it help with this? You just simply say this: I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk about it right now. I'll tell you what, I'll call you tonight or tomorrow night and we can talk and I'll fill in the blanks for you. Is tonight better for you or tomorrow night? This is part of the script, guys. You give everyone two choices. Now, the reason you give them two choices is this. If you say, hey, you want me to call you tonight? They may go, no. Now you got nowhere to go. But if you give them two choices, since second or third grade in grade school, when the teacher, this big imposing figure, would ask you, hey, Bob, or hey, Sheila, this is a true or false question. I need you to answer this question. If you didn't pick one, you got in trouble with the teacher. There were multiple choice questions. If you didn't pick one, you got in trouble with the teacher. Again, this may be too deep, but that's the reason when somebody asks you a question, you don't want to get in trouble and you don't want to be rude, so you answer it. That's the big downfall. Don't answer it. Again, just politely say, you know what, I've really got to go. Why don't we talk about it tonight or tomorrow night after you take a look at the information? And they'll go, okay, tomorrow night. Well, now you want to pin them down a little bit more and give them two choices. You want me to call you at 5 o'clock or maybe closer to 8? And they will pick one. If they don't, they'll say, well, how about 6:30? And you say, yeah, 6:30 will work for me. Of course, you're going to give them two choices that do work for you. Okay. But again, they're conditioned to pick one because they don't want to get in trouble and not answer, not make that pick. Okay. So then they get the information. You have a set time to call them back. And the next thing you do is this. The question that you ask them after they've seen the information, and please write this down if you don't have it, I want you to remember it, is what did you like best about what you saw? What did you like best about what you saw? This goes back to what Sheila was saying earlier. You don't want to say, did you like it? What'd you think? No. What did you like best about what you saw? It forces them to tell you what they like best. Once they tell you what they like best, this is where Sheila's listening that she talks about comes in. Because whatever they say they like best, that's what you want to focus on. Because that's their hot button. Does that all make sense, guys? If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but it's literally that simple. The other thing is, once you've sent them the information, and this is just food for thought, when they look at the information, they'd rather look at it than hear it from you, because if they look at it, they feel like they've discovered it. And now they want to share it with everybody. And it's amazing, guys. That's why we don't try to tell them about the greatest product we've ever seen. The greatest health product. And I've been in natural health for 7 years. Amy's been in natural health for over 30 years. Again, if we don't share this with people, it is absolutely criminal. If you guys weren't on the Zoom, the podcast last night, you missed an amazing, go to Telegram and listen. I mean, I went through a box of tissues. That's how powerful that was. And I want to share this with you too. And I don't know what my time is, Sheila, and you can rein me in, but folks, this is a business. Network marketing is Amy and I believe this. This is the truest form of free enterprise that there is. Nobody tells you when you have to be at work. Nobody tells you how much you can earn. Nobody tells you when you have to take a lunch break. You do everything at your own pace and own leisure. Well, there's a negative to that. The negative is some people tend to get a little bit lazy, right? So I've been guilty of that myself. So if you'll just be consistent and persistent, meaning consistently try to contact somebody, if you can, 3 people a day, and follow up with 3 people a day, and then have someone go to the podcast, 331, right? If you can do that consistently, there's bound to be somebody who's going to go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And we don't care if they join as a customer or they join as a representative. We never talk about money or income, nothing like that, because we want them to have the opportunity to use this, just like we've all been blessed to have this opportunity. So that's kind of a nutshell of what we do. Here's how it goes quickly. Hey, Bob, I'll call somebody and I'll say, how you doing? And they'll say, fine, or tell me. And then, or not well. And then they'll usually ask me out of courtesy, how are you doing? And I'll go, man, I'm glad you asked. I got to share something with you. I finally found something to help Mark with his back pain and his sleep issues. It helped me with my energy and took care of my brain fog. And we're really excited about it. And at that point, I just get quiet and they say, what did you find? And even if they don't say, what did you find? I'll say, what do you know about stem cells? And they'll tell me. Then I say, have you heard about the latest in stem cell activation technology? And they'll say no. And at that point, you say, I'll send you some information. If you like what you see, I'll show you how to get it wholesale. Got to go. But I'll tell you what, how about I'll call you tonight or tomorrow night, whatever's best for you, and we can talk about it. Okay, tomorrow night, fine. You want me to call you around 5 or 7? And they'll tell you. So guys, that's literally all we do. And then we follow up. Now, the most important thing is Sheila and Sandy talked about the 3-way. When you are going to call back your prospective client, let's say, you want to call your upline director or manager or whoever you work with to be on the call with you. Okay. So how do you do that? You just call and you text us or call us about, Amy and I like you to do that like a half an hour ahead of time or an hour if you can, to let us know, hey, Bob, I'm talking to somebody at 6 o'clock. Can you be available? Yes, I can. Okay. If I can't, Amy will, or we'll find someone who will be. Okay. So the reason you do that is when you get them on the call, they're going to ask you a question. Now, we tell people don't have us on the call immediately because we don't even know if they've looked at the information. And we will not speak to them unless they've looked at startx39.com. Otherwise, we'll be there for 10 hours trying to explain everything, right? So you get them on the phone and you say, hey, what did you like best about what you saw? They're going to tell you. And then they're going to ask you a question. Do you have any questions? Yes. Whatever the question is, acknowledge it because you're listening. Okay. And you're going to say, you know, that's a very good question. I'm not sure how to answer that, but I'd like to find out. I'd like to find out too. You know what? Let me see if I can give my friend Bob a call. He answers all of my questions. You don't want to say he'll answer your questions. You want to say he answers all of my questions. Because if you say to them, and I had a rep do this the other day, she said, he'll answer your questions. Well, she said to the rep, she goes, no. I don't want to talk to anybody else because they're afraid they're going to get pressured by a salesperson. But if you say, my friend Bob's been on this patch for over a year and he answers all of my questions, let me see if I can get a hold of him. And then you dial. When we get on the phone, you introduce us and tell us what they like best about what they saw. And then we'll just listen, as Onyx said, and we'll listen to what they have to say, and we will politely answer their questions. And then we will talk to them. And what Amy and I say is this. We tell them, well, there's two ways to become a customer here. One is you can pay retail, which is $150 a month. But I don't like paying retail. You probably don't either. We actually have a preferred customer program, and that is $119.95 for the first month. And I'm going to tell you why, but every month after that, it's $99.95, and they give you free samples of other products worth about $300. So once you sign up for the preferred customer program, and you can cancel at any time. But let me ask you a question, Sheila. Are you the type of person who, when you get your patches, your health starts to get better, you're feeling better, would you share this with other people? Folks, I think 95% of the people say yes. And then I say this, well, you may want to, even if you're going to share it with people and help them get healthy, you may want to consider becoming a representative with the company. And it's very simplistic to do. There's no charge. You just simply can buy. And if they're, by the way, if they're by themselves, I just talk to them about silver pack. If they're with a couple, I talk to them about the gold pack. And I say, when you do that, you're an automatic rep. You representative with the company. You can now help people, other people get healthy. You're going to get a free website. And when the people you talk to want to order or become a representative, they go to your website and they sign up. And let's say they order the product, you're going to get paid month after month after month as they order for no matter unlimited amounts of customers. And you get paid also on the rep program. So I don't go into how much money it is. I just tell them that. And I say, now, Sheila, you don't have to do that. You don't have to become a representative. That's just an option. I'm sure that, but you can still refer people and just refer them to me. I'll be happy to take the money and help them get healthy as well. So, folks, most people do not, there's a greed factor involved. They do not, once they know they can earn money, they don't want to give me the money. They would like to earn it on their own. And I say to them, and Amy and I will help you do that. Whichever way, whatever way you choose, we're going to be available to you. Now, we're doing this on a three-way phone call. So what we're doing is with your representative or client, we're telling them, you have us to help you as well. We've reinforced what they've already seen and then tell them we're here to help. So you just don't have to rely on one person. And that makes people feel comfortable, guys. And so it's, as again, this is the most amazing product I've ever seen. Please share it, even if you're afraid to. And it's, as Onyx said earlier as well, it's all a learning process. If you all, Amy, anybody that's seen Amy on the podcast, she is just amazing. But when I met her, she couldn't make eye contact with people. She wouldn't talk to people. I had to talk to people for her. She made a contact. It's a growing as you learn, and it makes you a better person. I mean, I think we're all better people that are here right now for this, for learning how to talk to others and feel better about ourselves. And we get that satisfaction of helping others get healthy again after their Western medicine doctors have probably told them there's nothing we can do. So, Sheila, that was what I wanted to say.